So the goal of everything that we do is to give people the bandwidth and the space, time, energy, money, space to show up and give great care. The idea, in my perspective, in my world, I want you to come into the office and I want you to have the thought, or if you have a virtual office, into your virtual office, where all you have to do right now is show up and serve great care. All of the other busyness that surrounds it, everything from somebody finding out about you, somebody being curious and doing an investigative journey on you, somebody reaching you, somebody having clear transparency about your boundaries around time, energy, money, somebody being served by you, somebody paying you, somebody scheduling their next experience with you, somebody learning about what the journey of being a practice member in your world is. I want all of those things to be automated where they should be, streamlined where they should be, and done by you where they should be. So a little bit about my story and my pain point. I think most of you know me, but if you don't already know me, I've been in chiropractic practice. I'm in my 25th year. So I've officially been serving chiropractic care for a quarter of a century. We have the spoke of the wheels. We've got physical, emotional, spiritual, career, relationships, family. And about 80% of my entire wheel was career. And about 90% of that was managing a staff. I literally got rid of my front desk. I got rid of all of the things that were in my way of showing up and serving great care, and I got really good at it. So then I got turned on to a platform solution for my staffless practice world, for emails, texting, phone, website, social media accounts, automations, funnels, landing pages, all of it. And I hated it. I hated it. I spent probably 40 hours just plugging and playing and plugging and playing. And I hadn't even tapped into moving my website over or all the big pieces. So the practice suite is a virtual switchboard for what happens with your practice members when they're not in front of you. What happens with them before their appointment, what happens with them on the day they come in, not when they're in the office. And it's beautiful and it's compliant and it's easy and it's really inexpensive. So I want to show that to you today. So we found the texting program, we found the email solution where you could have a lovely signature and your picture shows up top and the templates are all perfect. We figured out a way to format the templates, show you our templates, you pick which ones you like, and we make the words perfect and put them in free. We figured all that out. And the complaint was there are too many places to look. So then in the meanwhile, you never know why things are lining up the way they are until you have your aha moment, right? So we figured out a way to get it all in one place, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. We figured out a way to make it pretty. We figured out a way to teach it easily. This is the practice suite, and this is our blue version. We've got all different colors depending on what you like. The conversations happen here. So if you sent me a text right now, let me actually go to our purple version. Let's go into the light version. This is an example of a purple version. So if you send a text to me right now into my suite, this is where the text would show up. These are all conversations, is all of it. It's email, it's text, it's social media messages, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, whatever. It's any messages that somebody is trying to get to you. And what I love so much about this is the organization possibilities of this. Let's say these are all fake people, you guys. So let's say that Gary here, I wanted to come back to this conversation, or even better, if I had a virtual assistant, which this is true for my practice, I have a virtual assistant running my practice suite, right? And if she says to me, hey, Jody, I started a few messages for you to check out, I'll go into Starred and I'll read these messages, I'll handle them, and I'll unstar them. That's our communication system between me and my virtual assistant. So the recents show up here, the unread show up here. She can also take Gary's message here. And again, this could be an email from Gary, it could be a text from Gary. And even though it's been read, she can go ahead and mark it unread. And then she can say to me, hey, Jody, there's a message in the unread inbox, and we can allocate the start inbox for a different feature. Okay, that's the messaging window. The calendars, this is really cool, you guys. You ready? The calendars show a mirror of your practice schedule. So if you're using Jane or ChiroTouch or any of the big dealers out there, most of them come with an iCal link. And we can take that iCal link, we can set it up with Gmail, and we can make your schedule reflected in here. You can't schedule into your EHR from here, however, or Calendly, same deal. Actually, you can schedule for Calendly in here. But what you can do is you can see what your schedule looks like. And I'll show you an example of that with the LightSource schedule, because LightSource is my practice. They only show first name and last initial to keep things compliant. That's the calendar. The convenience piece to this is if I have a VA, a virtual assistant, getting a text from Gary saying, hey, can I see Jody on Tuesday at 3? She can very quickly pop over here and see my schedule on Tuesday at 3. If that's not enough for you, and for some people it's not enough, we can also add a button here that goes directly to your EHR program. Contacts. Here are all of the contacts in the suite. Each contact is assigned to at least one tag, if not 5 or 10 or whatever, however you want to organize your contact. The other thing you should know is that we have an entire course teaching you exactly how to set all of these things up. There's no guesswork, you guys, none. Step boards, kind of like a stepmom or a stepdad, but a step board. So if you know the program Trello, this is a Trello board. And there's a step board for new practice members, reactivations, and leads journey, which is what comes with your suite, these 3 step boards. Basically, this is this. Let's say that I tell my suite when I'm setting it up, and we either teach you how to do all of this or we do it for you, depending on which program you enter our world in. If we want to say, okay, let's go to new patient step board. This is practice members. If you're a coach, it's a client. If you're a PT, it's a client. If you're a chiropractor, it's a patient. Use your own words, okay? Let's say that before visit 1, I've got May gets on my schedule. May's card is automatically populated. May comes into my office and I either text my VA and say, hey, May was here. May's card is then going to be moved to after visit 1 column. Then a whole series of automations happen. You see how that disappeared? That was an automation. Let's say that I wanted to tell my suite, after the card is moved from visit before to after visit 1, send Joni a text, send Joni an email, tag Joni current practice member instead of new practice member in progress. This is all manual automation. If you don't want to have anything to do with that, that's totally cool. Then we're looking at the non-manual automation. That's what we call workflows. Workflows are, if you're familiar with Constant Contact, it's kind of like Constant Contact on steroids, or MailChimp on steroids. It's basically do this when this happens, and then do this, and then it's bossing your suite around. That's what your automations and workflows are. It's telling your suite, when this thing happens, this is what I want to do. And yes, we show you how to do all of the setup of this, or we do it for you. Sites. This is where we take your website and we put it into your suite for you, or you just have one page in here, which if you're in my world right now, you know what a VSL is. My suggestion to you is that the site that shows up here is a VSL. What is a VSL? I actually just need to write myself a note, because these days, if I don't write it down, I forget it. And this is an important point to remember. VSL. A VSL is a video sales letter where the website for your suite will be something like this. It's a video of my face on top. This is for my practice. If it was your practice, it would be your face. Why would it be my face, right? So it's a video with your face on top saying, hi, I'm Michelle. It's so nice to meet you. Thanks for checking out my website. This is what I do. This is why I do it. And this is how you can be part of it. And then underneath that 3-minute video, it's a 1-minute video, 5 times answering, yeah, but I can't afford it. Yeah, but I don't have enough time. Yeah, but you're gonna hurt me. Yeah, but you're answering the yeah buts in little videos. And then there's a calendar to book with you. That's a VSL. My recommendation is the 1 page, if you had to choose one, in your website as a VSL. Okay. Learn. If you are a teacher, whether you've moved into the empowered position of having a course or not having a course, this is where your course will live. We either do it for you or we show you how. Okay. This is actually, if you're in our program where we take all of your information, we build your suite for you, and we coach you along the way, you're going to see these pink classes. These steps should look familiar. Step 1, prepare. Step 2, physical space. It's the 12 steps of the Staffless Practice Success System. We walk you through those 12 steps in our program. SOPs. I think that this is my very favorite part of the entire thing. I'm actually going to get out of this and stop sharing. If we are building a suite for you, every time you give us a piece and we challenge you, we push you, we say, what do you want to say to your new practice members on their first visit? You give us the words either verbally or you type it out. We capture the words on, it's called a capture sheet. We capture the words, we put them in your suite, and then we put them in an SOP for you. At the end of your suite build, we hand you an SOP, which is basically an entire file of all the things that your practice does to run. That's part of what you get when you come into our world. So start thinking about dollar signs, like how does this protect time, energy, money for you and for your practice members? For you, you're very well replacing your website, your phone, your texting service, if you use a program like Hootsuite that sends messages to multiple places, you're replacing that, your email campaign software. You can use the practice suite for scheduling your patients. You would just need a solution for notes and billing. You guys, here's the thing, okay? I used to say to my kids, you can do anything at any time. You just need to know how. Anybody can do anything at any time. You just need to know how, right? So your suite can do anything at any time. The hardest thing is you just need to know what you want it to do. And that's where our program comes into play.